Welcome back to Is This Gonna Be on the Test? And this is episode 2, and we will be talking about relationships and all the crappy shit that's been going down.
Yeah, true.
All right, so first, Mackenzie, you want to talk about dating now versus then?
Sure. Okay, so obviously, if you're a little bit older in the crowd, you know that you used to go on dates and talk on the phone and write letters and all that kind of stuff. Well, now we don't do any of that. We do DMs, Tinder, and just social media in general is how most people meet. For those of you who don't know what a DM is, it's a direct message you can send to somebody on Instagram or Twitter, stuff like that. And yeah, so that's how a lot of people meet and start talking. You usually do that and then get each other's numbers if stuff goes well, whatever. So yeah, that's really just the difference. It's more, I guess, internet-based relationships like everything else now, instead of actually trying to get to know somebody, you know, see what they're all about, that kind of thrill of dating and just figuring somebody out a little bit at a time just doesn't really exist anymore because you have so many ways of communicating and getting to know someone just through the internet and social media and pictures and things like that. So,
and just to comment on that, Mackenzie and I can both say not one time, I can't even tell you the last time, if it's even happened since we've been in college, that a boy has walked up to us at the bar, at a party, in class, at the library, anywhere, and said, "Hi, my name is so-and-so.
Yeah.
I think you're really attractive," and tries to get to know you. They literally, if someone saw you in the library and the person they're sitting with happens to know you, it'll be, "Dude, what's her name?" And then they'll follow you on social media.
Yeah, you definitely go to somebody's social media profile or whatever before you talk to them in person. It's really, honestly, it's annoying, but it's kind of, I don't know, I guess the easier way to meet somebody, and if you get rejected, it doesn't feel as bad. I don't know. There's this thing called spam liking pictures. People will go to each other's Instagram profiles and like a bunch of your pictures in a row, and that's like a way of flirting. It's pretty ridiculous, but that's what we deal with. Tinder, that's like kind of like the modern dating website kind of for young people. I don't know. I'm not afraid to say I've had relationships from direct messages and from Tinder also. So it's, like I said, it's ridiculous, but that's the kind of society we live in. So I don't know. I guess you just kind of roll with it at this point. Oh, talking. That's a good one. What is talking?
What is talking? Do we even know what talking is? Okay, so talking is when you're interested in someone, like it's a mutual interest in one another, but it's not enough for it to be exclusive, and you're definitely not in a relationship.
Yeah. Like, every time I tell my mom that I'm talking to somebody, she immediately says that we're dating, and I always get really, like, freaked out and frustrated with her because it's not dating, but honestly, it is dating. There really is no difference other than, like, a label or whatever. I mean, it being official. My dad once told one of my other guy friends, we were all at this tailgate, and we were talking about something, I don't even remember, and one of the guys that I used to talk to got brought up, and my dad was like, "Oh yeah, Mackenzie used to date blah blah blah," and my guy friend looked at me and he was like, "Oh really?" And I was like, no, and then I was like super embarrassed, whatever. But yeah, so talking is not dating, mom and dad. It's not dating. So keep that in mind.
Talking is actually a really stupid thing, though. Like, I guess everyone does it because you have to work towards your relationship, but it's, I don't know.
I guess it would be like equivalent to an like adult saying I'm seeing somebody.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's good. That's a good way to put it. Because for some reason, people our age are terrified of the word boyfriend or girlfriend, even though it literally, you could be sleeping over at each other's house every single night and only talking to each other. But if you throw that word out there, then
heaven forbid.
Heaven forbid.
Yeah. Like, so, with that said, we we kind of want to talk about cheating. So a lot of girls I know have this problem. We definitely have this problem. Guys, if you have a girlfriend, please stop. Like, quit messaging us on Instagram or Snapchat or whatever, texting us. Like, just be with your girlfriend or don't be with her. Don't hit up a bunch of other girls. Like, it's really, I feel like it's a simple concept.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really understand why it's not like cool to be with one person anymore.
And you're definitely mistaken when you come to the two of us, because we will light your ass up. Like, you think you're going to be cute and try to be on Snapchat because the messages go away. Screenshot, you done. Like, that's not going to work for you, honey. And we are so quick to straight up just be like, what do you want? Like,
Yeah.
we're not the type of girls that are going to be like, oh, hey, so what you doing, big head? How's your girl?
Yeah, and honestly, like, if we know you have a girlfriend, you're immediately not taken seriously, because that means that, one, you have no loyalty in your blood, and two, we're never going to be your priority. So even if we do talk to you, it's never going to go anywhere, and you know that too. So let's quit all wasting our time.
Yeah, we're not here for time wasting. Too old for that.
Yeah. So, I don't know. And also, like, if you cheat on somebody, please don't come to me saying, oh, I really do like them, or I really do love them, we're just in a weird spot right now, or I'm not married, or, like, all of those excuses, they're just stupid. Like, okay, if you want to be young, be young. No one's holding you back, so what's the deal? Like, what? I don't know. I just, like, I don't get the point of cheating. Like, you clearly don't care about that person, and that's okay. Like, you don't have to always care about somebody. People move on, you know, whatever, but, like, just don't be together. You know, you can possibly find your way back or whatever you want to call it later on, but, like, just do your thing, be young if that's what you want to do. Nobody's going to be mad at you for being single and just experimenting or whatever you want to do.
And this goes for girls and guys. Like, if the person that you're in a relationship with thinks that you guys are madly in love and has no idea what you're doing behind their back, that's like 10 times worse.
Yeah, I don't know. So that's just like a big problem. I guess that kind of goes with the whole social media thing. Like, nobody is ever satisfied. There's always a girl or a guy on Instagram posting some better picture and living a better life, maybe, whatever. There's always something better to offer. Really, that's not true, but we all think it's true, so we are never satisfied. We just want what's next, whatever's better. Like, figure out a way to be satisfied with what you have, or, like I said, just experiment until you do find something that you're truly satisfied with, because, one, you're only hurting that other person, but you're really only hurting yourself. Like, you're never gonna find that true happiness. Like, this is super sappy, but, like, I just feel like this is such a common issue, and really, like, it all boils down to common sense. Like, at the end of the day, just be on your own or be with someone. Like, it's really one or the other. So
Also, let's talk about Instagram likes.
Yeah.
So this is something super personal that I've dealt with a lot, and a lot of the people that I've dealt with it with or experienced it with never really understood it. So let's try to talk about that. Instagram, you want likes. That's what you're going for. You want to post a picture. You want girls to comment how pretty you are. You want guys to think that you look good. Like, that's what it is. So when a guy with a girlfriend likes my picture, I notice it, and I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird. If I were to have a boyfriend and I saw him liking pictures out of the ordinary, or if I knew that he had history with a girl or something, I'm not okay with that. And everyone, when I tell them that, they're like, what? Why? I don't understand
it's
that.
just a like.
Yeah, it's just a like. Like, I know her. It doesn't mean anything, blah, blah, blah. I'm telling you straight up, a female, if my boyfriend liked a girl's picture and she's in a bikini or something, she's going to be like, oh, Lexi's man wants me. Or she's going to notice that you like that. Like, girls eat that shit up. So
whether you want to believe that or not, they do.
And if you want to call it crazy, whatever, they do. Like, I I cannot express that enough. That is the ultimate, like, disrespect in my eyes. If you just want to like pictures all the time and it doesn't mean anything to you, then you can walk right on past me. And that sounds so petty, but I don't know. Like, if you're with me, I expect you to not be throwing out all this unnecessary attention and love on the gram to these other girls. Like, I don't know. And guys cannot grasp that concept for some reason. And it's not necessarily jealousy or anything, but it's just a respect thing. Like, you should not be liking other girls' bikini pictures or pictures where you know they posted it to get your attention. Whether you see it or not, if you like it, that's great. Don't smash the like button.
It's kind of like, I mean, if we're out walking around somewhere and some, girl with a banging body walks by and you look her up and down and I watch you do it, it's like, you don't want to get caught doing that with your girl, so why do it on social media where everybody's noticing that you're giving another girl attention? Like, it's really, really stupid, but girls seriously do eat that up. Like, we have so many friends who have never even talked to certain guys before, but as soon as they like her pictures, oh, so-and-so liked my picture, and it's like this huge deal. Maybe to you it's not a huge deal, and the people who, like the older people who don't really understand the whole Instagram thing, like, it sounds so stupid, but just trust us, like, it matters. Every girl will say it matters, and that's just really the end of the story. Just don't do it. It's easy.
Yeah, and it's kind of like, I mean, guys, you probably would be like, what, this would never happen, but let's say, because in a bikini, you can see a girl's boobs and her butt and just her whole body really clearly. So imagine if a guy posted, like, a picture of his penis on Instagram or something, and we liked it, we saw it,
oh my God,
and we were like, wow, that thing looks so nice, and we liked it, and we were with you. Would that not make you, like, feel weird? That's taking it to the extreme, but that's kind of what it is. Like, when you can see all the assets and the goodies that she's trying to show off and you like it, I don't know. Just some food for thought. Keep that in mind next time.
That was a little extreme. That's kind of nasty, too. Anyways, let's talk about our types. Yeah.
Okay, we can come back.
We can come back to that part.
All right, so my type, and this is Lexi talking, I usually, I like those tall, skinny ones.
Oh,
I really don't have a reason why at all. That's just what I'm drawn to typically. Now, here recently, that's a little bit different. But usually if you're tall, you're skinny, you're like skater boy looking and white. It's my type.
Okay, we're laughing at that because Lexi, obviously, she's mixed, and black guys get so hurt when they hear that she just does not like them. She does not like that side of her history. Sorry, boys. She just likes white boys.
And there's a reason, and we'll get to that. Yeah, we'll get to that later, but yeah.
So last time we talked about how opposite Lexi and I are, and this is our types, this is a huge difference. Okay. She likes the tall, skinny skater boy. Absolutely not. Boy, if you look like that, don't you look my way. Do not. Don't try to talk to me. Like, we can be friends all day long, but seriously, please no. Like,
It's so true, though, y'all. That's what's so funny.
Like, I've never been with a super skinny boy, and okay, y'all know, I'm a big girl, like, it's okay, but the skinny boys like that really gets under my skin. Like, I don't get it. Like, I just can't be attracted to that. I like the big boys, like, not big as in fat, but like big muscular boys. Like, every time we walk in the gym, that's my type of guy right there. No lanky, like, none of that. Like, I just can't do it. I'm sorry. And I don't know. I like bigger boys, and that's just my thing. Like, it's always been my thing.
I always tell her that she's gonna get married to like a short, fat guy, because she always, if you're like,
she thinks I'm gonna fall in love, which is exactly what I don't want.
Yes, like, if you're not tall, typically she'll make a comment about it, like, right off the bat, and
I don't mean to. I don't really mean to be mean about it, but like, most of the people in my family are really short and small, so I guess that's something that I'm like really self-conscious about, or like, I don't know. I just, small people, like, I don't want my man to be small or skinny. Like, I want you to be able to bear hug me and, like, I don't know. It's just the small thing. I'm sorry. It's just not my thing. Like,
and if I go to show her a picture, like, on Instagram of somebody that I'm like, wow, he's really cute. Instead of just being like, no, he's not, blah, 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 she usually just goes like, or the occasional, he's cute, with like a shoulder shrug, like a,
yeah, and I promise you I turn around and roll my eyes or gag or something. Normally, like, I really make fun of the guys like he likes. I normally will call them, like, string beans and stuff. I used to be kind of sensitive to it, but now I'm just like, okay, really, like, come on now. Like, just come on. I don't know. Lexi's high. I mean, come on. Like, these string beans don't have nothing to offer. I'm sorry, boys, but you just don't.
That was a preference, not mandatory.
So, yeah, that's that.
Okay, so that's looks-wise. Now, what about, like, romance?
Oh, God.
This is the funniest stuff ever. Oh, my gosh.
I literally feel uncomfortable.
Mackenzie hates it. Like, she will actually gag when people... One of her ex-boyfriends sent her flowers, and she was like, oh, that's cute. You could just... you could tell she was so uncomfortable, and she just wanted nothing to do with it. She hates that stuff.
Yeah, like, I literally, for probably, like, a week, was like, ooh, I don't know about this. Like, I just... oof. I don't know, romance makes me, literally makes me want to throw up, like, just, no. I don't even, I've always been like that, though. PDA and, like, sweet, long messages, like, oh, y'all, you just don't understand. Like, if you could see me right now, I literally am cringing. Like, I feel sick to my stomach.
So, Mackenzie's just not with the corny whatsoever.
Yeah, no. Never have been. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, I want you to do nice things for me and say nice things. I don't want to be treated like a piece of shit by any means. Like, do not take that from what I'm saying here. But do not be singing me songs or writing me paragraph messages or every other message telling me how beautiful I am. Listen, if that's all you have to say to me, then it's just not gonna work. I just can't do that. Can't deal with it. Lexi, on the other hand.
All right, now, before she says some reckless shit, all right, I don't really care about romantic things. Like, I don't need to be bathed in flowers or showered in flowers and all this nice stuff done for me, but I want somebody who I can sit down and talk about my emotions with. If you can't tell me how you're feeling, like, I hate people that beat around the bush with stuff like that, but I'm just super emotional, so I have no problem with saying how I feel, and if you can't do that, like, if you're gonna sit there and make me guess that you like me or something like that, like, I want you to be able to say, Lexi, I like you and this is why. That's the only mushy-gushy stuff I like. Like, if you like me, let me know.
Let a girl know.
You just gotta say it one time.
Also, okay, let's talk about what our perfect guy looks like. Like, what do you think? What is your perfect man?
Oh.
Not what he looks like, but you know what I mean.
Just what he's like.
Yeah. Ooh, while she's thinking about that, I got another thing that gets on my nerves. Do not ask me to hang out every single day. That is an absolute no-go. Just every other day is fine, or every day is fine if it's only, like, at night or for a little bit of time, just a small amount of time, like small doses. But, I can't stand when couples are literally together 24/7. How do you not get sick of each other and annoyed? Like, give me some space. And I don't know. I know there are a lot of girls, though, that like that stuff, like the corny BS and, like, being together all the time. I'm just saying, not me.
Yeah.
Nope.
I really used to. Even earlier this year, I had a boyfriend, and I was like that with him. But a lot of that, I think, came from insecurity. Like, I wasn't secure in that relationship, so I felt like being with him all the time would either make it better or just make sure that nothing else was going on. Now, though, we always joke about how we would like people who don't go to school here
Mm-hmm.
because we're during the week, at least Monday through Thursday, sometimes Friday, like we have a really strict schedule. Like we
Just
know,
really busy.
yeah, we know what's going to go on, and it's kind of difficult to have somebody at night trying to hang out because, no offense, but most of the time I will put Mackenzie ahead of you. So like if you want to hang out during the week, it'll be at like 10 or 11 when I'm done with all my stuff, and if I don't have anything to do the next morning. But yeah.
And like the thing with texting right now too, like if you're texting all day long and hanging out every single day, like seriously, there's only so much you can talk about, because I promise you most of us are doing the same thing on Monday at 9 a.m. that we're going to be doing next Monday at 9 a.m. Like it just gets old, you know. Leave a little bit of, curiosity there, or, don't be texting all the time if you're hanging out all the time, whatever. Like, you've got to give and take a little bit, like, get to know that person. You don't have to know every single little detail, the entire day. I don't know. I just, that's not my thing.
And honestly, like, once I'm comfortable with somebody, I'd rather not talk to you all day and maybe shoot, like, a hope you have a good day text, like, early in the morning, and then call me at night. Like, I don't want to be like, so what are you doing now? What's up? How's your day going? Blah, blah, blah. And phone calls, they need to come back. Yeah, those are, because now we got FaceTime.
Yeah.
What? Oh, they're so fun.
Yeah, phone calls, and I wish, like, writing letters was still a thing. I'm actually a sucker for that stuff. I will admit that. Like, if you write me a letter, or, I guess that kind of equates to text, but not really, because a letter is a lot more effort. I don't know, it actually takes time, but just, like, do some thoughtful stuff like that. It's not hard, I feel like, to be thoughtful. And like she said, phone calls, it takes 2 seconds to make a phone call and have a 2-minute conversation instead of having, these long text messages. That phone call will go a long, long way, And so, I don't know.
Yeah, and this is corny as hell, but hearing that person's voice on a phone call is a lot better. Like, a 5-minute phone call is a lot better than 12-hour texting conversation. Because then you can hear the laughs and, like, just how they're feeling, whatever. Texting is just so bleh.
Yeah.
All right, so back to what the perfect man looks like. I'm thinking, all right, I know that both of us will agree to this. The number one thing, and this has kind of grown on me a lot, we've both always been shit talkers, but now if you can't keep up, you're cut.
You gotta go.
Quick.
You gotta go.
If you can't roast me, then you just don't waste my time, please. So shit talking is a must.
And we both have attitudes from I don't even know where. So
Tasha, Bo.
Tasha, Bo, a little bit of Paula sometimes when she's feeling feisty. But, like, seriously, we need to be put in our place, especially me. I have a lot to say and a lot of things get on my nerves. So if you're constantly getting on my nerves and pushing my buttons, I'm going to let you know. And if you're too sensitive or you take it the wrong way, instead of making a joke about it or fighting right back with me, like, it's just not, it's not going to.
And the whole, oh, you're so great, blah, blah, blah. The ass kissing, it's cute, like, every once in a while. But if you don't say, girl, if you don't shut your mouth and just quit talking, quit being dumb.
The favorite, like, my favorite good morning text I've ever received. Okay, it's cool to say good morning. Like, that's fine, whatever. But the best good morning text I ever have received was, like, a while ago. But he said to me, I hope you have a great day, smartass. And, like, that is so stupid. But, y'all, if you know me, smartass is, like, that's just who I am. And that made me laugh. Like, I'd rather laugh at what you're saying to me and be like, oh, my God, good morning, hard eyes. Like, ew, please stop. So, yeah, you got to talk shit, mess around with us, beat us up a little bit.
I think that made me vision. My perfect good morning text would probably be like, good morning, stank breath. What you doing, girl? Hope you slept well.
What you doing? Oh, gosh.
Oh.
Yeah, so.
Other than that, though, I have felt like it's kind of difficult to imagine what the perfect guy is like because it's changed so much, like, over the years and even over the months, weeks. It changes by the day, honestly. Like, I don't even really know what I'm looking for at the moment, but just as long as we actually get along first. That's all I'm looking for right now, because that really doesn't even happen that often.
I don't really get along with that many guys either. I'm really picky. I'm not gonna lie.
Shoo! Yeah, she ain't lying. But in the best ways possible.
I mean, I don't know. I don't like to waste my time, and, like, I'll hang out with you for a while, whatever, but for you to actually make the cut, you have a long list to go through.
You better come correct.
Yeah, you better come prepared. Lexi always jokes, since, like, when I finally bring a guy around, like, or he consistently comes around, she's like, always like to the guy, oh my God, you're sent from heaven, or you're some kind of miracle. Like, even my parents, if you meet my parents, my dad literally will tell you, oh, hey, what's up? And then, like, when you leave, he's gonna like, well, hope we see you again. I hope Mackenzie lets you come back around. And he's so not kidding. He literally used to get mad at me because as soon as he would start to like the guy, or the guy would grow on him, whatever, I would literally be like, yeah, he's done for. And my dad would be like, Mackenzie, are you serious? Like, I just started to like him. He's a good guy. And I'd be like, sorry, just not it. Like, you gotta go. Sometimes that's just how it is. I'm just a tough critic. I don't know. And
guys, we'll throw in a little thing to try to relate to you. It's exactly like, I think it's Call of Duty when you get killed. And on the screen, it's like, wasted. That is what it's like with Mackenzie. Like, because one day she'll be like, yeah, he's cool. And the next day she'll walk into my room. He gotta go. Yeah, that's just, I don't know. That's how I am, you know? It's just, you know, life lesson. Not everybody's worth your time. And it might take you a little while to figure that out. And that's okay. But once you know that that person's not it, just keep on moving. My dad always tells me there's plenty of fish in the sea. And another thing I think I've noticed for us, if you have to try too hard, just let them go. Yeah. Let them go. Nobody is worth really, really chasing after. If you don't feel a little bit of mutual interest, bye. Yeah, it's definitely there or it's not. Like, especially with you and I, like, we're very obviously open books and we're not going to hold back. So if there's something you do or don't like about us immediately, like, that's not going to change. So I don't know. I guess I don't really know what my, like, it's not that I don't know what my perfect man looks like, because I do, but, I guess as I've grown up a little bit, like, I'm still very, very picky, but I guess, kind of figured out, like, you pick your battles about certain things, because I know I have a lot of things that people don't mesh with necessarily, so, I don't know. You definitely got to talk shit to me and be able to have a good time, like, really, I just want, when I find someone, that person better be my best friend. Like how you and I mean, that's really stupid, but you and I, we don't have to do anything like extravagant to have a good time. Like, just enjoy each other's presence and be able to do stupid stuff together, and just, like, that's really all that matters. Take me out on a date every now and then, but I'd rather just chill or go do something and just enjoy each other instead of whatever, make it all about my next Instagram post or I don't know, whatever. I hate that. Oh, another thing about Instagram, and I promise this is the last thing I'll say. Yeah, we really hate on Instagram. When couples post a picture, and I guess it's mainly just the females because they just think too much about this, but when I see a caption for a couple and it's been completely thought out, like they sat there and said, what would be a good like, I don't want to sound really, really rude because I think about my captions too for my Instagram posts, but when it has like the squiggly lines and the dots around like certain words and stuff, like girl, we know you like him. Yeah, like why can't you just be like, this my guy, he's hot. Yeah, we don't need to be like, what's an example of one of those? I don't know. Like, oh, everyone freaking knows what we're talking about. Yeah, like at a football game, the team won, but I took a W with you or something like that. Like, something so corny. Someone's going to use that, I promise. Oh, like, that stuff just kills me because, girl, your man don't give a shit what you put as the caption on it. You don't even read that. He didn't slap no filter on it or anything. He don't care about about that picture. I promise. He's gonna tag you in it, and it's gonna say "bro night" or something like.
Love my girl.
Ugh,
She's so cute.
that just bothers me so bad. Ugh.
Alright, anyways.
Anyway, okay, so before we can build our dream man, first, why is it so hard to find genuine people anyway?
It really boils down to people just cannot be real anymore.
Mm-mm.
I mean, that's another thing, like, we're really going to go into, but they just can't. Like, they're always saying one thing and doing another, and it just, I don't know, like, you obviously can't build a relationship with someone if they're saying that they're this, and then you turn around and they're the complete opposite. Like, it just, I don't know, like, just be yourself. Like, that kind of even goes back to cheating. Like, just be one thing. Like, it is not that hard.
The annoying thing now, too, that we keep seeing is guys will act a certain way to either, one, get physical, or two, until you guys are, like, exclusive. It's like, we call it the get the girl syndrome. Like, you will do whatever you can, whatever you know she wants you to do to get what you want out of it, and then you'll show your real colors or whatever.
Your real intentions.
Ugh, and that's just the worst. Like, you just wasted both of our times for something that you could have got from someone who probably didn't require you to do all that. Yeah. Like, it's just...
Because I promise you, my dude, you can go to the bar tomorrow on Tuesday night, Wednesday night, whatever night we're going to be listening or posting this, whatever. Go to the bar, take somebody home, whatever, y'all. Like, that was your intention. That's cool. You don't have to take a girl out on 26 dates and tell her you like her, even though you don't, and then turn around and waste her time and end up hurting her feelings, or, like, other way around, because I know girls do the same stuff. Just be intentional. That's a good one. Be intentional. Do what you want to do. If you want a relationship, or if you want to be talking to somebody, do that.
And say that.
Yeah, say that. Make it clear, because, listen, I promise you, if you can't be real with somebody right off the bat, like, you're never going to be able to.
And there's this one guy, and I dog on him, and I get pissed every time it happens, but now that we're talking about this, I kind of appreciate it. He has my phone number, but he will only Snapchat me, and it'll be a, what are you doing tonight type of thing. Like, I don't hear from him. I don't see him during the day. Like, I don't know what he looks like when the sun's out, but...
if you catch our drift.
Yeah. And he just, I mean, I guess it's a good thing because he's letting me know what he wants and he's not putting in any extra effort. But at the same time, it's kind of like, really?
Yeah, like, bro, quit. Also, it's hard to build a relationship, especially for me. I say that I don't like all those cute whatever things, but what I do know that I look for in a guy immediately, even really if I want to be friends with somebody, if your mama and daddy didn't raise you right, I promise you I've noticed it within the first 10 minutes of talking to you or being around you. My dad, I mean, God bless him, he did his thing when he was young, and he happened to bump into my mama who put up with him, but he raised me to look for a gentleman. He raised my little brother as a gentleman, like, very respectful. Guys don't even hold the door open anymore. Like, come on, guys. I mean, I didn't think it was that big of a deal, but really when I got to college, I started noticing guys don't do that kind of stuff anymore. Like, hold the door open, dude. What are you doing? I don't know. Be polite. Like, there's a difference between being a gentleman and respectful and doing all that cute, corny stuff. Like, you don't have to do the cute, corny stuff to just be, in general, a good guy.
Mm-hmm. And this might be another extreme, but I've noticed that if I do go on a date with a guy, I either have to drive to their house and then we'll leave from there, or they come pick me up, and instead of coming to the door and getting me, it's you get a text that says here, or come outside, I'm here. Like, when did that become a thing? Yeah. Like, you can't even walk 10 feet to the front door, like, to come get me. I have to look at my phone every 5 minutes to see when you finally pulled up.
And it's, like, more common for someone to be like, hey, you want to hang out, instead of, hey, like, let's go grab dinner. Like, my last boyfriend, the first time, I remember he asked me on a date, and I was literally so nervous. I was like, I don't know how to go on a date. I'm 21 years old, and I don't know how to go on a date. I mean, I went on dates with my boyfriend in high school, but we were already together, so it wasn't a big deal, you know? Like, it wasn't being taken out and someone trying to get to know me, like, immediately in public. Like, I don't know, like, just those kind of things just don't exist anymore. And I promise you guys, if you ask a girl, even if you say, hey, like, let's go get something to eat, or hey, like, let's go on a date, she's wondering, is he gonna pay for me? Like, we all, every time we're asked out, like, to go out, we're like, did you bring your wallet? Because we don't know. Like, are you gonna pay? We don't know. Dude, pay the bill if you ask a girl out. Wherever you're going, it doesn't matter. Like, I don't know. That always irritated me, or irritates me still.
And that's not something that we expect every time. Like,
No.
we both have jobs, and if we want to go out and treat you at some point, then we most definitely will. But the first date, if you're making the first move,
which you should, by the way.
Yeah, we should not have to worry or wonder if you're going to be paying.
Yeah. And it just makes a point. It definitely sets a standard. Even if you don't have the money to take a girl out, you don't have to take her somewhere nice. Like, take her out to do something fun, or just, I don't know, like, it just, nobody goes out of their way for any, like, people anymore.
Yeah.
Nobody's thoughtful. It's not hard to make someone happy or smile or any of that.
Yeah.
It's, I don't know why it's such a big deal now, but it definitely is.
And I don't know really what it is either, but if you straight up told Mackenzie or I, girl, I don't have the money to take you out to dinner, but can we go do something? I'll be like, yeah, let's go get ice cream or something. Like, don't be embarrassed either. Like, don't limit yourself because of something like that. Like, just be honest. And if she's not down with it, then F her and on to the next one. But there are girls who will appreciate you being honest and still showing effort, then expect super nice things from you.
Now, not the first time, though. You
Yeah.
Cannot get away with that the first time.
No.
But a couple times in, a little bit down the road, you say, hey, I don't have the money, but I just want to hang out. That's so cool. Like, thank you. You know, you still want to hang out with me and enjoy my presence. But
which
don't
is
have to
priceless.
Take me to eat. Yes, it is priceless. Thank you. So we were already talking about, like, people want to be real, but they're just not. We can go into that a little bit more.
Okay, so guys are so quick to be like, girl, just be straight up with me, blah, blah, blah. And then one of us hits them with something real, and they freak
This happens,
out.
like, literally every single time, all the time to us. We always are straight up with people. Like, whether we're wanting to be in a relationship with you or not, like, even with friendships, people are always like, no one's ever honest. Like, no one never says what they want or whatever. Like, let me tell you, we are honest and we are real. So if you want to know something, if you don't already know it, ask. And I promise you, we might not want to talk about it or might not want to give you that answer, but you're going to know. Like, I don't know. And that also goes back to the people want to, like, I don't know, like, they want to say, oh, we're together, or we're talking, but we're not, like, boyfriend and girlfriend. That, like, makes people freak out when, like, for instance, this happens also a lot when people say, oh, are you and so-and-so together? Or, I don't know, and, like, you're like, yeah, we like each other, and then you go to that person who you've been spending forever with and doing all these different things with, and then you're like, hey, you know, like, I know we like each other, so what are we? People, they run from that. They freak out every time, and, like, it's always, like, this big scary conversation, like the what are we conversation. That should not be an issue.
No, and I tell myself and Mackenzie, usually, like, if one of us is running into that, I go back to, if you're able to sleep in my bed with me at night, I should be able to ask you or say to you whatever I want. Like, that just blows my mind that people get freaked out about that. And that's the thing, like, dude, you have slept here before.
Yeah.
Like, why are you scared to say I like you or I'm not talking to anybody else but you? Like, it's really the words that scare people. Like, they're already doing what those words entail, but
yeah, you're already committed in some type of way. You just don't want that 100%, like, oh, we're boyfriend and girlfriend, or oh, we're this, but you really already are. It's kind of like a mental thing, I guess. But once again, it goes back to no one's ever satisfied anymore. We're always looking for that next best thing. Like,
and to bounce off that, what I cannot stand, and I mean, I'm guilty of it. I think everybody's guilty of it, but when you told someone you don't want to be with them, so you move on, and then that person gets somebody new and you're pissed about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I'm definitely guilty of it, but like, why does that happen? We didn't want to be committed to them. Someone else does now. So why are we mad?
Like a game. Kind of like a shot at our pride, I guess.
Yeah.
Because we think, oh, they're not going to find someone better. And then they do. And you're like, oh, shit. Like, what do I do now?
Yeah.
Like, it's just stupid. At some point, like, when is not having hoes going to be a cool thing?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. And this happened to me less than a week ago. I put a picture of a guy on my story, and these guys who have rejected me in the past are quick to be like, oh, so who's that? Like, send me my Snap story and ask me who that guy is. Like
what do you mean?
You didn't want anything to do with me, so why does it even matter?
Yeah. Like, go on with that. So, here we are, 21 and 22, and we're expected to have our life together and know the loves of our lives and find our husband. So how do we do that? How do you find a husband? My parents are high school sweethearts, like I said earlier. Like, my mom and dad love them to death. My mom put up with a lot of stuff, and my dad is one hell of a man now. So she lucked out, and he lucked out from the start, day one. And I hope she's listening to this, and I hope he's listening to this too. Because now, like, I seriously admire their relationship, and I'm honestly, like, a little bit jealous of it because it's really cool. But that kind of commitment and that kind of loyalty, like, that doesn't exist anymore. You don't hear really, I mean, there's still people getting married from high school, whatever, but I don't know, like, that doesn't exist anymore. And I feel like now it's different because it used to be the thing, like, you wanted to be a stay-at-home mom and, like, your husband was going to be the one to take care of you and stuff like that. But, like, Lexi and I, like, we both want, last time we talked about this, we both want careers. I hate to say this, and I feel like a lot of guys are really quick to deny this, but I know 90% of the guys that I have ever talked to, even, like, my friends, but they're just intimidated that, like, I want my own career and that, like, I have a very dominant, like, personality, and a lot of guys don't know how to handle that. Like, I will stand down, but I also, like, I'm very, I don't know, I'm just me, you know? Like, I always have something to say, and I always, like, want to do things for myself and want to figure out things for myself. So a lot of guys are intimidated by that.
And also, I think there's a difference that our generation's going through because there's this term called ride or die, which I'm sure all of you know, but I saw this thing that really stuck out to me the other day, and it said that people our age confuse a ride or die for somebody who gets cheated on multiple times and sticks around when that's not what a ride or die is. Like, a ride or die is somebody who will be with you whether you have $100,000 or $100. Like, you're there through thick and thin, and that's getting confused with, oh, I'm going to let somebody treat me like shit, but I'm going to stick around because I really care about them. That's not a ride or die. You're sacrificing your own self for that. So I think, because I know I did, like, I thought, oh, well, he can do whatever, and I still really care about him, so it's cool. Like, I'm that girl that'll be there forever, but yo.
Yeah.
That ain't it, girl.
Yeah. But you're right. Like, you shouldn't, yeah, like, you're going to go through shit with somebody, but you shouldn't have to be treated like shit to like, make a point that you're going to be there for them, you know? Like, it's very obvious, I feel like, when someone is really, like, there for you, has your back. So, I don't know. I mean, you know, I've been through the same shit. Like, I put up with a lot of bullshit that I should have never done, should have never allowed, but we do. We confuse that. And it sucks because we want to make that point. Like, Lexi and I are both very loyal people when we feel that that person is deserving of the loyalty. So it's a big stab at the heart when we are trying to prove that we are these loyal people and we still get treated like we're just another girl, you know? So that kind of hits a little deep, but.
Moral of that little quick insert was just do not put up with something if the feeling isn't mutual, I guess. Like we said earlier in the podcast, if someone cheats on you, that should be a huge red flag. Like, I hate when people use drinking as an excuse. That's not really an excuse. Honestly, there are no excuses for cheating. And I mean, I've done it. I've had it done to me. But at this point, like, if you cannot commit to one person, you just shouldn't even, just don't mess with anybody.
Yeah, it's not hard.
It's really not
hard. I don't know. I guess, for instance, we can talk about that story. There's a dude that I met him at a bar one night, and we hit it off, whatever. Started talking. It was really cool. Things, you know, like progressed, whatever. And then after that night, we started talking more, whatever. He wanted to hang out again. I was like, yeah, sure. And then I found out that he has a girlfriend, like, forever. And I was like, sitting there, and I was like, really? Like, why? I don't understand. What's the point of being in a relationship with someone for so many years and then, like, going out and just, like, trying to find another girl? Like, how can you claim to be in love with someone? Like, and I straight up asked him, I said, are you still in love with her, or are you just comfortable? And he said, I don't really know. It's not that simple. And I was like, but it is, you know? Like, if you are really in love with somebody, and even if you do love somebody, you know, like, you care about somebody, you would never do that. And I can say that because, you know, and Lexi can say that too. Like, we have both been in these different experiences, different situations. I don't mean to rag on this guy because deep down I think maybe he is a decent person.
Yeah.
But you can't love somebody and want to be with someone else. Like, it just doesn't work that way.
Mm-hmm. And that goes back to what I said earlier about what if his girlfriend thinks that they're so in love and, like, they want to get married and all that stuff, and he's just not.
He wants.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a weird thing, man, but unfortunately it happens a lot more for people our age than we would like to say. Okay, so on a lighter note, guys, meeting our parents.
Bo and Paula.
Tasha and Joe. Honestly, I'm done bringing people around my dad, though. I'm done with that. That's backfired a little too many times. But in all honesty, meeting somebody's parents for anybody else but the two of us is probably a big deal, but it is not that serious for us at all.
Not at all. The kind of relationship we have with our parents, though, is, like, kind of similar to the relationship we have with each other. Like, my mom and my dad know everything about me, like, good and bad, embarrassing, like, really embarrassing things that I would never want anybody to know. Like, they know that stuff. And so, I don't know, like, they are, like, really awesome parents, and obviously, like, they've gotten me to where I am now, but they're, at this point, like, they're just two more best friends that I have that know all the crazy shit that I've done.
I think they finally accepted that we are how we are, and that's not going to change, so now they just try to enjoy it instead.
Yeah, so I promise you, if I say, hey, you want to meet my parents, it's not, oh my God, like, let's go meet the family. No, they already know about you. They already know what's been going on. Probably not day one, but, like, pretty close to that. And if my mom knows your name, my brother and I joke about this all the time. She loves to look things up on Facebook, and I promise you, she already knows what your Facebook looks like, what your family looks like. Like, that's just how it is.
Yeah. And my mom usually gets screenshots of your Instagram or something. And she's more real than I am. She's going to be like, no, Lexi, he is not cute. Or she's going to be like, yeah, good job.
She usually says that because Lexi likes ugly boys most of the time. She's starting to get better, though. So
I'm starting to, yeah.
We're getting her trained up nice and good here lately.
Yeah.
Like, she's finally realizing that she can get a nice-looking man.
Okay, so...
No more string beans.
Yeah, the confusion there was I thought, like, oh, I'm going to look for personality over looks, not really thinking that there's going to be somebody with both. So...
just to clarify.
Yeah, moving on.
Even though I still... Anyways. But yeah, meeting our parents, not a big deal. Don't freak out about it. It's not that serious, and it also doesn't make you special. So sorry, I hate to hurt your feelings if you've met my parents, but
yeah, there was this guy that I liked probably 2 summers ago, and I was like, we are going to date, and I mentioned like something about my parents, and he straight up cut me off. He was like, no, it's been like a month. You're talking about your parents already. You're freaking me out, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, really? Because our parents, usually if you're going to meet our parents, we're all going to be drinking for some reason. Or
like doing something fun. Our parents are just big kids.
Yeah.
Really.
And I promise you, if you came up to Tasha or my dad and said, hi, Mr. and Mrs. Claridge, they would laugh in your face. I totally respect that you're trying to respect them, but that's just how laid back it is. If you called my mom Mrs. Claridge or Miss Tasha or something, she would be mad.
Yeah.
It's just not like that at all.
So the serious part is like for me, I guess when you actually meet like the rest of my family, like my grandparents and stuff, because obviously like my grandparents don't know everything about me. I'm still really close with them too, but that's like meeting the parents, I guess that my grandparents would be equivalent to like other people saying, would you meet my parents? That's what makes you special. You know, and not many have gotten that. I'll tell you that. Not many have gotten that far.
And speaking of families and parents and stuff, let's talk about the interracial aspect of life. Okay, so yeah, you guys know I'm half black and half white, and so is Mackenzie. Because we're sisters.
Yeah.
So Mackenzie grew up in Mooresville. Well, we both grew up in Mooresville, but I went to Statesville High School, and she went to Lake Norman. So she grew up with, how many black kids do you think you guys had?
Oh.
4, 5?
Yeah, a handful, seriously. Like,
yeah.
Honestly, maybe 10. Like, that might be dramatic, but 2,000 kids go to school, and you don't see black people at my high school.
Yeah, and then Statesville, I don't know if you guys know anything about that, but if you're white in Statesville, you're more than likely on the wealthier side. Like, your parents do something in Statesville, and that's why you guys are there. And then it's mostly Hispanics and black people, but it was a lot of fun. And it was different for me because I never grew up with black people in my household. So going to Statesville is where I kind of like got to know that side of me a little bit more. And I had a blast in high school. It was a lot of fun, but still didn't end up liking black boys. It's just different. Like, I don't know.
I feel like black boys are a lot more aggressive than white boys.
Oh, 100%. Like, we were talking about our attitudes earlier, and there's just something about, I don't know if it's the black guys that I've like chosen to try to get to know or whatever, but they just want to argue about everything. Like, I could be like, the sky is blue, and they're like, okay, but what kind of blue? And I'd choose a blue, baby blue. Nah, I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that. But see, okay, this is why. And then they just, I don't know. And that just gets on my nerves so bad. Like, I want to be able to talk shit, but y'all are just annoying to me. Damn. Because it's not that you guys aren't hot. You guys are definitely hot, but...
Just don't open your mouth.
Yeah. You just clash with my attitude too bad.
Oh my gosh.
Too much. And everything's your damn fault with them. Like, they don't take responsibility for anything. And again, this is the ones that I've tried with. I don't know about anybody else. Or if they're all like that, but damn.
Yeah, so if you're a non-aggressive black guy, please come sweep Lexi off her feet. I'm just kidding.
Also, though, if you guys could leave a comment on wherever you're listening to this at, what are your opinions on that?
Interracial couples?
Yeah, interracial couples. I do have a funny story, though. So, honestly, my favorite type of guy is probably a mixed guy, but I have, like, a phobia of it now because it was either, I guess it was 9th or 10th grade, maybe. there was this kid who was mixed that I used to love. Like, he was just awesome. And we went out to Cold Stone in Mooresville one night to have ice cream after dinner. And he saw somebody that he knew there, and I didn't know who the person was at all. And she was like, hey, blah, blah, blah. They were talking. I was just eating my ice cream. And then she looks at me and she goes, is this your sister? And I almost spit my ice cream out. And I was like, oh my God. Because I never thought about it like that. Like, would people honestly think that that was my brother if I were to be with a mixed guy?
That always irritates me.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Ever since then, I just don't even try. I don't want to try with that.
I get annoyed because the whole thick thing, like, people, literally even since, like, high school, people are like, oh my gosh, you're thick, or, like, you have the body type, like, you look like you like black guys. Listen, like, I know I got big hips and a big booty, but I don't only like one type of person, like, and I don't really even understand why someone would even say that to me, like, why is that even a phrase? Like, oh, you like white boys, or oh, you like black boys. Like, what does that even mean, really? You know? If you're a good person, or you got a bomb personality and you want to get to know me, then that's cool. Like, I'll give you a shot, because I'm not, I don't know, I don't really necessarily, excuse me, have a type. Like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. That annoys the shit out of me. Like, it just does. The Atlanta stories.
Oh my gosh, you guys. So, Mackenzie and I went to Atlanta for the first time since we've both been 21 for her birthday last weekend. 2 weekends ago?
It was 2 weekends ago.
Okay, and we're standing at this bar, and it's in, like, a really nice part of town. So it's a bunch of, like, not older, but mid-20s type age people. And this guy, literally, I can still picture it perfectly in my head. We're standing there just drinking, and Mackenzie's got her face towards him. So I don't even know how this happened, honestly. But he walks by her and, like, whispers in her ear in passing, like, really doesn't even stop, like, floats by her,
yeah, kind of,
and goes, you have a nice ass, or a really nice ass, and everybody in here knows it. And then we didn't see him again for the entire night. Like, he just walked past and
like,
then vanished.
Yeah, like, didn't stop to tell me that, or, like, talk to me. Like,
yeah.
Literally was walking by. Like, by the time my head turned to really understand what was going on, he was gone. Like,
yeah.
That was weird.
He was like weird. A 30-year-old redhead with glasses, too. Like, something you would not expect.
White boy.
Yeah, white. You would not expect him to even have the balls to say it. And maybe that's why he didn't stop and say anything. But he seriously did not give her a chance to even say anything. I don't think my jaw had even dropped yet by the time he was gone. But
yeah, that was funny, but that was weird, too.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Like...
So, also in Atlanta, there was this guy towards the end when we were leaving, and he was black, and I walked up to him, and I was like, hey, you're really cute, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, okay. He was mumbling. I don't even know if he knew what was going on, but he was like, okay, let me get your number. He reaches into his pocket, and he pulls out 2 phones, and they were both, like, really cracked up iPhones or whatever, and for the adults, or for people our age who don't know, that is drug dealer written all over it. If you have multiple phones and they're beat up,
phone.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure he was missing a front tooth. Like, now that I think about it, like, I should have known. I don't know.
Don't you remember he had that gold chain?
Oh, yeah. And he was in a booth. Like, he had it, and one of his phones was dead, and he goes, oh, it's dead. And then he got the other one and, like, asked me for my number and stuff, but... Like, that was just... And that's crazy because we knew that right away. As soon as we saw 2 phones, we were like, drug dealer.
Yeah, and, like, we didn't even have to say anything to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny.
It was funny.
What else happened in Atlanta? I don't really think... Not that many crazy stuff happened. Like, I expected a lot of crazy shit to happen, but not really. Like...
Oh, you could tell him about the bouncer.
Oh my God. All right. So, 2 bouncers, actually, at this club that we're at. the first one, like, walks up to me, or getting a drink, whatever, and he, like, walks up to me and puts his hand on my hip. He whispers in my ear, "You look incredible tonight." And if y'all didn't learn anything from 30 minutes ago, that's not going to cut it with me. Like, walk away, please. So we started laughing about it, whatever, and then we go on about our way. An hour later, another bouncer, I don't even remember how this, like, happened, but he, like, took my hand and then started telling me how pretty I was, blah, 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 blah. And, I don't know, like, he was a pretty nice guy. Like,
Yeah.
he didn't freak me out, and the way he approached me wasn't gross and didn't make me feel uncomfortable. So I was like, okay, whatever. So then later that night, we're leaving, and he was, like, coming to check on us or whatever, something like that. I don't know. And I look at him, and I'm like, how old do you think I am? And he goes, I don't know, 24. And I was like, I'm 22 years old. And I asked him this because he had just told me he was 31. And I was like, wow, like, this is really what life is coming to. 31-year-olds are now interested in me, and it's just, that was just weird. That was weird. Not that 31's old, but, like, I don't
Just
know.
not what we're used to.
Yeah.
Like, obviously
Not at all.
being in Boone, the oldest you're going to get is maybe like 24, 25.
Yeah, for sure. So that was just weird. But I am getting old now, apparently. I'm 22. Which is not old, but 31-year-olds like 22-year-olds.
Oh, on her 22nd birthday, though, she wanted to, we went to dinner at this place called Kobo, which is only in Boone. It's really, really, really
It's
good.
like sushi.
And we're leaving, and it was a Monday night, so there wasn't really that much to do, but we go to Walmart afterwards, all dressed up still from dinner, and she buys a lamp and wine, and she's like, I'm gonna get drunk by myself in my bedroom while I put my lamp together. And I was like, you just...
But it was red wine. Like, it was literally a nice bottle of Merlot. And I called my mom because my mom loves red wine. I was like, Mom, this is ridiculous. Like, this is how I know I'm getting old, because before I would literally refuse to drink red wine. Like, absolutely not. I don't care if it's a $50 bottle of wine. I wouldn't touch that. Like, and then there I was, 22 years old, buying a lamp and a bottle of red wine for myself. And I did. I drank that. That was how I celebrated. It's really sad. Really lame. But, you know, whatever.
It was cute. And then she had like a glass or two. Or no, before she even started drinking the wine that she got from Walmart, I could tell her ass was drunk off the wine she had at dinner, because I look over and she's taking Duffy out. Duffy's her dog. And she's squatting on the porch with Duffy, and she does this like hair flip thing, and I can see her face while she's doing it, and I could just tell she was drunk. And that was just, I was like, wow, we really made it. Happy birthday.
Yep. I was just celebrating. But, so we had someone DM us last week after our intro with a question that we want to, like, not next week. Yeah, by the way, we want two boys to come next week, talk about their views on relationships right now. And, so yeah, let us know if you want to do that. But the week after that, we have a question that we want to...
Yeah. And this is from Ian. Shout out Ian. He says, how have you and Mackenzie found company through solitude over the years? As in, if there were any times you felt alone or you needed to isolate yourself, how did you get through that? And we appreciate your questions. If you guys have anything that we didn't talk about relationship-wise on this one that you'd like to hear, we can throw it in anywhere, make a special one to post up later in the week or something. So we want to make sure that you hear as much as you possibly can and as you want to. So
plus, it's easier for us to talk about things when you guys bring us questions.
Yeah, like I would have never thought about the question Ian asked us.
Yeah, because
Probably.
College can definitely get lonely.
Yes.
Or being an adult, whatever,
Yes.
can definitely get lonely. So we really do want to talk about that. But yeah, so let us know if you want to be a guest speaker. You have to be a boy. Sorry, girls.
There will be room for you females
yes,
later
we'll
on.
definitely make room for you. But yeah, let us know. Other than that,
Preferably also, if you're a male and you want to be a guest on here to talk about this, if you like interracial stuff or if you've experienced it, that would be great too, to get a male's point of view on all of that. So, and this one was a lot longer than the first one. We told you we had a lot more to say. That first one was just pure introduction.
Yeah.
So
thanks for listening again.
Yeah.
We hit 400 views.
Oh yeah, okay. Really quick on that. That is insane. Like I know we posted about it everywhere, blew it up, but I still was not expecting 400 views. Like that is so awesome, and we got so much feedback too.
Yeah. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
And we hope that y'all keep listening because this is fun for us.
Yeah,
so.
we post up in Mackenzie's bed and we just talk like we're having a conversation. So it's a lot of fun to do, and I've loved hearing from everybody, especially people we didn't expect to watch it.
Yeah,
that's really cool too.
That's been the best part, probably.
Yeah. So please, like always, let us know what you think and hit us up with any questions for any topic. We will get to it at some point, I promise you.
So we'll talk to you guys next week for episode 3.
Yay. See you then. Thanks, guys.
Bye, guys.